Hey guys, we're
Hi.
ready for 6. This is my mom.
Hi,
Her name is
Gail.
So she actually came to visit me. I'm on my way to a wedding and she's gonna watch my kids. So we decided we'd take the opportunity and do a video together. So this phase, episode 6, we're talking about the marketing and the book delays and our meeting of our ASR. I'm looking over here a lot, guys. Sorry, we're unevenly matched here. Episode 1, just for a very, very brief recap. If you want more details, go back and watch all the videos. Episode 1, why we chose Tate, why we chose the genre. Episode 2 was, look at my production notes, is the acquisitions phase, which was just contract signing, them getting our money. Episode 3 was the editing through to up to the layout phase. Episode 4 was the layout phase, and the proof fiasco is what I'm calling it. Episode 5 was about printing and the book price. And we brought you up through to the start of marketing. Okay, so what we're going to start with is meeting Tate Chronicles. He was our marketing rep, which I thought that was like a cool thing. The director of marketing was our marketing
absolutely,
rep, right?
yes. Yeah, I was looking forward to it.
And
I thought, yay, we don't have to do any work.
he was everybody's marketing rep, apparently.
Which doesn't mean a thing.
No, at all. He didn't. Marketing to Tate was, what did they send us all the time?
Just book signings at places we didn't know anything about.
And also, hey, discount on buying your own book in bulk.
pushing us to buy the book a lot.
So we didn't meet our 1,000 book quota. So
No.
that's what marketing was, we found out. But in the beginning, it seemed great. I talked to Tate Chronicles on the phone on June 16th. We had our first 100 books. And I remember calling you up and being like, Mom, we did it, we're here. And I found all the emails where we're both like, this is it! And we were so excited.
So excited.
And then people started ordering the books through Tate Direct Online first,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And it's supposed to be, you do your signings beforehand. And there was one email I found where he actually said that we'll make sure, or no, it was in the contract. It said to make sure you get your books so you can sell many of them before your release date to get the word out.
Yes.
So that brings us to our next really enjoyable topic of conversation, which we were both very, very, we're passionate women. We feel things strongly. And this was just not really good for our temperament, I would say.
No.
Not really. There was a couple times when I was like, Mom, wait, don't reply yet. Just wait, just hold on. Because I knew that I had to take a full day before I reacted just so I didn't explode all over them.
I explode.
Yeah. She just responded right away. So we ordered our books June 16th. They said 5 to 6 weeks to get the books, 3 to 4 weeks for the promotional materials. And did we get an email, anything after that?
No.
Not a thing, right?
Not a thing.
And then how many signings did you make or schedule us
I
for?
set up myself?
Yeah.
About 3.
3, and that was in Rhinelander, right?
Yes.
And we did that for week 6. So it was cutting it close, but they said it should take 5 weeks, schedule out for 6 or 7 to be safe. So we did the 6 week. And it was around week 5, and we said, just checking on ETA in our books. And they said that other books took priority. So there was a delay in our books. They didn't know how long, and they said just to make sure, Tate Chronicles himself actually said, we sent him our first book signing thing saying, this is what it looks like. We want to show you our flyer. And he said, well, just so you know, books take 5 to 6 weeks to get to you. Now, our first scheduled one, I think, was in Rhinelander, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we had the 3 in the week in Rhinelander, and then we had 1 in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yep.
And we scheduled it for week 6. And week 5, they weren't there, and so actually it was week 6 when we asked when it was going to come, and I said, it's cutting it close, and they said it'll take another week or so, is actually what they said at first. So we had to cancel every one of those. And who did you contact for yours? Because you contacted media outlets and stuff too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I contacted the radio. It was in the paper. It was, we did some legwork on that.
And so when you had to cancel them, it didn't make Tate look bad.
Oh no, it made us look like idiots.
we were big flakes, so we had to cancel every single appearance that we had. And I think it was around week 8 when we said, listen, we need an ETA. When are our books coming? Where are they?
Because we had already paid for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we paid for them.
I think it was just under 1,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the first one, it was 996 or something like that.
Yes.
And so, mind you,
we're like 3,000 into it by now.
Each, 3,000 each, yeah. Oh, no, it was 250 each. 2,500 each, yeah.
Yes.
So, we're in week 5 and we haven't gotten our books, but we also haven't gotten our promotional materials, which was supposed to take 3 to 4 weeks.
Right.
So, week 6, still no sign of those. Nothing. And then, the week after, it was week 7, we asked, where are our books? And they said, Jan Caraquinones is...
Yeah, that Quinones is what
I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it looks like Quinones. She had said that she would try to get them expedited, and she did try, but there were other books that took precedent over us. And
which I couldn't figure out, because what books are more important than the ones that are paid for already?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it felt like we were knocked down on the totem pole for no reason, is what the email sounded like. And then she said that there was such a high print volume that it was taking longer.
Yes.
And we were confused, because at first we're like, yeah, so many pre-orders of our book. That's awesome. But when we talked to Tate Chronicles, he said that it was overall, their print volume was too high. And then when we pressed him further on that, he said that the reason it took longer for our books was because we put them on glossy paper and in color. And so that...
Which doesn't make sense, because the cookbook is glossy and color,
So he had said that if we hadn't had that, then it wouldn't be as much time. And any print shop you go to would take longer for that. So it was just excuse after excuse. And again, it was blaming it on the printer.
They're innocent, because these were Philippine people who had no idea they were just doing a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we finally got to ETA for our books, and it was between July 28th and August 9th, which would have put us at 8 weeks. So 2 weeks past what they should have been. We got our books 9 weeks later. Still no marketing materials. We're in week 9.
Yeah.
And no marketing materials whatsoever.
No.
And we got our books, and so we're like, okay, finally, let's start scheduling stuff. And I don't remember if did you open yours right away?
No, I didn't open them until you did and called me.
So I opened mine right away, and they were not on freaking glossy paper. We got 50 books sent to me, 50 books sent to her. And I think it's important to note here that Tate accordingly asked, because we're 2 authors, so everything was split when they mailed. They split it right down the middle to send to her and to me, because we live 7 hours apart. So Tate accordingly, he asked for our address, and we'd sent her hers in full and mine in full. Okay, that needs to be said here.
Yes, they had all of our information.
Yeah, even when we first signed the contract, we sent her full address. Okay,
yeah.
So we got them wrong, and we said, "What is the problem?" I called Jan, and she said, "Well, you're not in our system as glossy paper. You don't have glossy paper." And if you've watched any of the other videos, you could probably guess how irate I made me, because I've shown you this before. This handy dandy little contract form where it says interior page glossy, and my signature's right there. Okay, so and she also signed her paper that said glossy. So we had to put up a stink, and then she said, okay, well, it's in the system now, so it'll be another delay. So we are 9 weeks in, no marketing materials, got our books, 100 books wrong. Now in this time when they were pre-ordering, I don't know if anyone talked to you about that, but my husband pre-ordered a book from Tate Direct. They were not right. They were not glossy paper. So everyone who ordered our book, who purchased a glossy papered book, did not get what they paid for. We asked Tate, are you going to resend the correct ones? And they refused to answer that question. Now
wait a minute. The first books they sent us to had the sticker price on it, $54.99, right? Or was that the first glossy ones that were
That
wrong?
was the physical proof that they had sent us. Yeah, after we signed it, it was the right price. And then they didn't address that, but we said, we aren't sending these 100 books back, because that, unless you're paying us money up front, because those
are heavy.
Yeah. It would have been like $100 to send those back. And she said, oh no, you can keep those. We'll send you the right ones.
Yeah. And then it took another
month, right? No, it was almost 2 months.
Yeah, because it was almost a year before we got our
from when we submitted to when we got the right book. Yes. It was September 23rd. We finally got our books, and we ordered them June 16th.
And the release date was September 8th.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And we actually had a book signing on a release date. Remember when?
Yes.
Okay, so she actually came up to, because our book signing was in Sault Ste. Marie, and we were just going to do it with the wrong book and give them a discount on it because it was wrong. So we were doing a Google search at my house that night, and we found a book signing that they scheduled for us. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and we didn't know anything about it.
We didn't agree to it at all. So, I think I just want to say one more thing, and then we're going to stop this video, and then we're going to move on to the next one, which will be more of like the book signings and marketing. But June 16th, we ordered the books. We got them August 19th, and it was wrong. They were wrong.
Yeah.
Our promotional items came week 10, and we didn't have the posters. So they sent us everything but the posters, and then our posters took another week. So our 11 weeks for our posters, 10 weeks for the rest of our promotional materials, 9 weeks to get the wrong book. And then it took another 8 weeks before we got the correct, or it took another 4 weeks before we got the correct one. So it was a total of 13 weeks.
And this is constant communication with
Yep.
them, trying to find out what's going on. So it's a lot of time on our part, too. It was like 5 days out of the week we are communicating with
Yeah.
them about our problems.
And they insisted printer. And it was at that point, didn't they say, we're switching our printer?
Yes.
So-
yes. So that was going to delay it, too, because they were switching from the Philippines over to, or was it they were going to the Philippines?
No, their print shop was in the U.S., but they were switching to a different printer in the U.S.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And that was in June of 2015. They said we're switching printers.
Yes. Which
So-
and our book release was in September of 2015.
Yeah, September 8th.
Now I want to get to my favorite part, which is the book signings.
Okay, so that's going to be the next one, and she's going to kick us off with that. So we're going to be in the same clothes. Again, remember, we shower.
It's not tomorrow. We're
So-
still on today.
So episode 7 is coming at you next.